Hello, welcome to another video. My name's John. This one, I'm going to be talking about my early years drama school stuff, through school and college. Things I learned, what were taught to us, what wasn't taught to us. I've got Belado here with me again today. Say hello.
Hello.
That was very zesty. So yeah, we touched before briefly on the last video. My first drama school as such was a place in Nottingham called Helen O'Grady's Drama Academy, where we played drama related acting games, improvisational skills, that kind of stuff, and did a couple of plays over the 2 or 3 years I was there. That was my early introduction into the world of acting, and really introducing like those kind of games. So it's improvisational skills to pick up on and to learn were kind of key, because it's a skill that is inherently kind of part of me now. It's kind of like learning to ride a bike. You kind of pick it up pretty well, pretty easy. Sure, you still get choked up sometimes. You still fluff some things depending on the subject matter, but the trick is to kind of lean onto something a little bit real, something that's true. Going on towards schooling now. I picked up GCSE drama in year, as a subject to take, year 10 and 11. Actually, I should point out this was a totally different school by then. The first 3 years of high school, what am I, American? Secondary school, was at Red Hill in Arnold, Nottingham. And those first 3 years, there wasn't anything really drama kind of subjects or stuff there. They may have well done it for year 10 and 11, but like I say, by that point I'd moved to North Lincolnshire, and I took it up as an option there. And again, that was kind of some similar stuff to my drama school days. We did a bunch of different games and stuff, learning acting skills. There was kind of some touch on dance and stuff like that, and some singing stuff. I was never really one for that. I always felt like a bit of a wally trying to dance. I mean, I've got 2 left feet as it is, and for singing, yeah, I'm enjoying the clear weather right now. We won't make it rain. But yeah, no. So the GCSE drama, that was I did pretty well in that. I got a B plus, just a couple of marks shy of an A, and that was down to a misprint in the papers, and I misunderstood it. So I ended up doing one part of one of the papers, where I think it was question B, if I remember rightly, where there was actually 2 parts, and it was like pick one or the other or something, and that's how I did it, but it was actually meant to be doing both or something. Anyway, kind of digressing, but yeah, the school years was the kind of standard stuff that you'd expect, really. Introduction to practitioners, improvisational skills, line learning, and all that kind of stuff that you would expect. Moving on to college. Oh no, actually I won't move on to college just yet. There was something that came up as an opportunity when I was at school, and unfortunately I backed out of it. I had a chance to go to London. It was for some prestigious kind of drama school that had been running for a very, 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 very long time. The kind of requirements was to, well, you'd be doing an audition and you had to do 2 5-minute monologues, I believe it was. One on a contemporary piece or Shakespeare, and one on a modern piece. Now, I'm not going to go into things too deep, but I had, you know, some stuff going on, and ultimately I had no faith, no confidence in myself or my acting abilities. I totally freaked out the closer the date came, and told my mum I didn't want to do it. So she didn't force me, and yeah, that was that. It is what it is. It happened, but it wasn't until we moved again a little bit more southerly in North Lincolnshire, where I got to college, and we went on to do many different modules, as you'd expect. We did like radio, dance, you know, there was some singing stuff again. It seems to be a bit of a theme through school and college, you know, the old triple threat, if you like. Again, that wasn't something I was particularly enjoying. It was more the theatre kind of element at the time, which I was interested in, is the acting and telling a story through that medium. Yeah, dance and singing just never really did it for me. But we did a good couple of performances there at college. Helped out with the year above me, as my first experience was in Greece. Also helped out in the Rocky Horror Show, and the piece that we worked towards in our year for our end piece was Our Country's Good. And do I remember any of the lines? There was something about wibbly wabbly wobbly words, some random gobbledygook, exactly. And I do remember my acting must have been good, because one of the audience members, who was a father of one of the other actresses, I convinced him so much that I was like going to hurt his daughter that he wanted to get up and like beat the crap out of me. And this is set in a time where we sent people to Australia, to the colonies, you know, as like prisoners and stuff like that. And I was like a lieutenant or something, I think, one of the characters I was playing. And I had a whip to like keep them in line and stuff like that. Had a lot of fun doing that show. That was good. We did that over, I think, 5 nights, and yeah, had a lot of fun. Now, everything I've just said, you kind of learn those basic skills of acting. You know, your ins and your outs sort of thing. But there are things they don't teach you in school and college, which is something I've only just been learning recently, and this will be where I take my lessons now, and this will be something else I'll touch on in a later video. Am I getting backlit here?
Slightly.
Yeah, let's swap it to that side. Yeah, they don't teach you, you know, about finances, like how are you going to fund your travels and how to do your invoices and you know, make you aware that you have to pay obviously your taxes, and if you're earning above a certain amount, that you have to be registered as self-employed, etc. You know, these are things they don't teach you, so these are things I've had to pick up and learn over time, and not all of those apply to me yet, but they will do sooner or later. But before we get on to all of that and go further on, just bring it back to the kind of college days again. There was a point where things had followed on, you know, lack of confidence and stuff, and I just didn't believe I was going to get anywhere ever. I think actually we did a trip to London. We saw a show out while we was out there called Stones in His Pockets. It was played by 2 actors who played several characters each. It was a really cool show. But yeah, like, I had this thought, I remember, on the coach, where there must be hundreds of thousands of people, if not maybe even millions, all trying to do what I was doing, you know, or wanting to do what I wanted to do, getting into acting, and I had no belief in myself or confidence. That was, I think, one of the starting thoughts, a catalyst of thoughts that really took me out of acting for a while, for a very long while. Kind of gave up on it. I'm thinking it wasn't going to be possible at all, you know, but I would tell myself I didn't have the skills, the ability, you know, I wasn't good enough, I wasn't good looking enough, etc. You know, all this rubbish that you tell yourself. And that was only until about maybe 6 years ago now, where I decided to get back into acting. That's a story for another time. You know, how I got back into acting, etc. I'll be talking about that in further detail in another video. What else can I add to this one? I think that's probably about it, to be fair. You know, that takes me through my school life, through college, etc. All right, so yeah, I think then, guys, that brings this video to a close. And with that, make sure you drop your likes and your hearts and all that good stuff, subs, follows, all that jazz. Take care, and I'll see you soon.